back. We are back. Tonight we're discussing episode 4 of Reasonable Doubt. And I have my round table here with me. I have my panel here with me. And also, we do have a special guest, the one and only Tristan Cunningham, aka Toni from Reasonable Doubt. Let's welcome her on in, y'all.
Hey. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Thank you for the kind welcome. Sometimes when I go on shows, people are not as kind to Toni. So thank you.
Oh, wow.
All right.
We wouldn't play you like that.
Well, thank you, sis.
Yeah, we wouldn't do you like that at all. But we'll get things started. Quick question for you, Tristan. I got to know this right here. How did you get started into this acting business? And also, was it like working with Ramla Muhammad, aka the showrunner of Reasonable Doubt?
Yes, I love those questions. And just so y'all know, this is my daughter, Jalina. I really was pregnant when Toni was pregnant on the show, but we'll get to that later. I got into acting. I actually had a really interesting journey into acting. I started in circus. For real. I did gymnastics when I was younger. I was pretty high level gymnast, but I hated it. I didn't like the competition. It was super expensive and just not affordable for my mother. And so there was a youth circus on the East Coast that they would pull kids early from school. You train in the summer and tour around. So I did the circus and I loved it. I loved performing. Hi. But they kind of told me, they were like, you're an actor. So from there, I went to SUNY Purchase in their Theater Arts and Film Conservatory. Here you go, dear. And then I was acting in New York for a while, doing mainly theater. And there was a pull for film and television. So I moved first to the Bay Area, where I was doing more theater. But then I would like go to LA and audition for TV and film and be like dog tired because it's a 6-hour drive. So I was like, all right, it's time to just moved to LA. And it took me a minute. For the other actors, aspiring actors out there, I didn't just book Reasonable Doubt overnight. Oh no, it took time and energy and some thick skin. But I was lucky enough to book it because of the one and only, the second half of your question, Ramla Muhammad, who is, I'm biased because I'm on this show, but I think she is one of the most incredible human beings in our business, in our line of work, for so many reasons. But I will say probably the top reasons for me is that she cares about who's on set, down to even like who's serving us food. Reasonable Doubt is a primarily Black set, which you don't see a lot, which was amazing because it's a Black show. So she's got her people around. The writer's room is 100% Black folk. But beyond that, she just is somebody who cares and is a boss, and she leads with she leads in a really equitable way instead of a sort of oppressive way, which we think we need to be as a boss. She's really equitable. She cares. She knows what she's doing. She, through my whole pregnancy and dealing with Reasonable Doubt, she made sure I was supported in every way, shape, and form. And then on top of that, she's just talented. She does all the music on the show, which is one of the dopest parts of the show, in my opinion. And so she's got grace, she's got talent, she's smart, and she cares. So that's Ramla to me in a nutshell. If you get the chance to work with her, run, my friends.
Gotcha. Letitia?
You on mute? Okay. So question for you. I'm Letitia with Lighten Up Letitia. Welcome again. Thank you for coming on with us. Yes, we love you, but we love to hate Toni, of course. But one thing I will ask you about your character. Mm-hmm. So what do you hope audiences will take away from your character storyline?
Ooh, Letitia, that's a good question, because what I hope is sometimes different than what they take away. Simpson Street, which is Kerry Washington's production company, did a bunch of interviews before the show, and they released them. And my whole thing was like, maybe, this season you'll feel differently about Toni. And people came for me. They're like, girl, we don't feel different. Forget it. Stop crying. So, but I'm going to tell you, what I hope. I hope, I think Toni, and people often ask me like, are you like that? Would you ever do that to your friends? And there's always I hate to admit it, but there's always like an aspect of yourself that you bring to each role. Not saying that I would do that. I wouldn't, as Tristan Cunningham, but I need to understand why Toni would, right? And I think
Mhm.
for her, she's divorced. She's not Jax. Jax is this lawyer and famous and tall, and that's really not Toni, and that's not Tristan either. Um, so I think there's an aspect of Toni where she got divorced and she was like, F it, I'm gonna do me, and I don't care who I take down with me. I'm just gonna do it. And then I think it's safe to say here, I think there's another layer that she really is in love with Lewis. And that circles back to Jax. She wants
Mhm.
what Jax has. She
Yep.
wants it bad.
Mhm.
And so I hope
Mhm.
that people can, I'm not saying her actions are right, but I hope they can understand that pain of really wanting to be loved, and I think, they don't say this on the show, but in my head, I think my relationship prior was not good. It wasn't a Lewis. It wasn't a I live to love you kind of
Mhm.
Lewis guy, Hattie's
Mhm.
father. So um so I think, hopefully people can see that side of her. And then I think we can do spoiler alerts, right?
Oh
Everybody's
yeah,
watched.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, good.
yeah.
And if you haven't, you
Of
best
course,
catch up.
yes.
Pause now and catch up.
Okay.
um
Period.
I think, with the child, and I tried to really think about that as I was telling this story. Like, yeah, how she got pregnant was not the right way to do it, but she had a baby and lost it, and that's painful.
Yeah.
Mm,
There's,
Right.
and it happens more than we think it does to a lot of women, and it's a story we don't talk about, and we assume those women can just like
Mhm.
pack it up and keep it moving, and push through their grief. And because everyone's like, why are you suing? Why are you suing, Toni? Get it together. She's in pain. She's suing because she's in pain. She's angry. And the suing isn't going to help. And I think she gets there, but that's her outlet for pain. So my hope is that people can kind of, they're going to come for me after this interview, but that people can kind of see Toni's pain and some of the reason why she does what she does. I think deep down she's a good person, but she's in pain. Aren't we all a little bit,
Mhm.
mm. Vic,
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you.
Vic AJ.
You're welcome.
Yes, yes. Tristan Cunningham, how are you? How are you, VKJ TV? Thank you for being here with us. We've been waiting for you. And your last name's Cunningham. We may be in a relation because I have family that's last name is Cunningham too. So we
Oh, really?
we
Okay.
might be
Hey,
related.
Cuzzo. What's
You know
up?
what's up, cuz? All right. So looking at your filmography, right? We love Toni. We love and hate her, right? On Reasonable Doubt. We love and hate her. We understand her though. We do understand her.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you for that. You might
Yes,
be the only one,
absolutely.
but thank you.
Absolutely. And then you played Toni in another film, actually a movie. So you played Toni in this and right, and then you played a deputy, and you played all different roles. What role, besides the one that we know you for on Reasonable Doubt,
Yeah.
what role outside of Reasonable Doubt was the funnest role, and are there any bloopers that you can tell us about on the set?
Ooh, that's a good one. You did your homework. Well, thank you. I'm flattered. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. I did that film, A Kill for a Kill. It's a Tubi film, so anybody can watch it. It's free access. So I enjoy doing Tubi films.
Mhm.
And yeah, when I when I got the script, I was like, oh, Toni again, spelled exactly the same. So my friends are like, you only play Tonys. Um, and as if you've seen that film, I won't ruin it for anybody, but she's wreaking havoc too. So apparently that's what I do. Um, bloopers. That's a good question. Okay, so when I shot on, there's a lot of bloopers on Reasonable Doubt because it's just a lovely set. Ramala holds space really well, and we're always chopping it up and joking on that set, which is nice because it's some heavy stuff. So it's nice to laugh a little bit. So there's like many times, when Jax is like screaming at me, and then they cut, and she's like, "Girl, what's up? How you doing? What you do this weekend?" Which is always funny, because she's always, clearing me every scene. But there was one time when we were doing the court scene, and I dropped my line. This is when I was really pregnant too, and y'all, the bloopers from my pregnant shooting is probably crazy because I would just, and they'd be like, "Tristan," but it was gone. It was gone.
Pregnancy
Um,
brain.
Yeah.
yeah, that pregnancy brain. Ooh, it was vicious. The script supervisor was always like behind, like looking at me like, okay, come on. But there was one time in the court scene where there's a court scene where it's a really tough situation for Jax because she knows I slept with Lewis and she has to still interview me or cross-examine me, excuse me. So, she goes in as per usual on Toni, and I dropped my line, and she was like, "Do you not know?" And she just kept asking me the question, and then we just started going. And I was like, "Well, I think I can remember, but I don't know if I can." And they weren't. Anthony is the director of that one, and he wasn't calling cuts, so we just kept going. And she's like, "You're telling me you can't remember?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, I can't remember."
You really can't remember.
Finally, they said the cut. And Jax was like, Yahtzee was like, "What just happened?" I was like, "I couldn't remember my line. Sorry, Jax. I'm sorry." And we were joking like they were going to use that scene, but they didn't end up using it. So that was a funny one.
Okay.
Yeah, some other bloopers, like, I don't know. That set is just funny. Every time McKinley's a clown, he's always clowning folks. So yeah, I think there's a lot of bloopers that I'm not even remembering right now.
It's all good. All good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Miss Kira.
Hello. Hi, I'm
Hello.
Kira. My channel is Miss Kira Speaks. Glad to have you here with us. This is a Tristan question and not a Toni question.
Oh, okay.
What role would you like? What was is your dream role? Is there something that you haven't played that you still would like to play?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, a lot. And I'm fairly new to television, so I got really lucky with Reasonable Doubt because Toni was actually only supposed to be in one episode in the first season, but all that hate brought me back. So that hate, everyone's like, "Do you mind the hate?" I do not. That hate's paying my bills. Yeah, there's a lot I want to do on television. Ramla really did me a solid with this journey of Toni, and I really got to sink my teeth in, and demanded a lot, especially this season, just going to that place of grief as we spoke of. But I'd love to do more of that. And one thing I love about Reasonable Doubt is she shows all the colors of Black women. I think we can get really one note in Hollywood with the way Black women are. Before this, I played a lot of nurses. I played a lot of cops. And that's sort of how I was seen. And I think just now we're opening that. We come in every shape, form, and size, and so there's a lot more, I think, myself and my sisters out there can really show on TV, and we haven't been given an opportunity. So I'd love to do another show like this with a Black Writers Room, which is
Important.
It's important. Yeah. And it's not like white folk, I enjoy your writing too. I'm not saying that. It's not us against them, but it's important because we haven't had a chair at the table. And now we're making our own tables, which is nice. So I love that. And I'm not often getting the chance to add in the circus with my acting. It's usually my circus side. I tried to say, I was like, maybe Toni juggles knives because I can juggle knives and fire. And
We've seen your IG. We've seen your IG. Yeah.
Juggling
okay.
knives.
Oh, that's a funny, actually going back to that, and then I'll go back. That's a funny blooper. I did a show with Ashoka. What is my poor brain? See, from my child, I'm still the actress Rosario Dawson. My God, I did a series with Rosario Dawson, and every time she really wanted to learn how to juggle. So every time we cut, we'd pull out my juggling equipment and be juggling, and then we go back in to the scene. So that was kind of not a blooper, but that goes back to yours of like what happens behind the set. And Rosario, I will say, I'm going to brag about you, honey. She got it. She was able to juggle by the end. So go, Rosario.
Okay.
Amongst the other amazing things that beautiful can do. Okay, sorry. Backtrack back to that question. I love to there's this series that was only on for one season. It was called Chewing Gum, and it was like the first time that I got to not the first time, but one of the first times I got to see like a Black woman be awkward with dating and stuff like that. Like we don't get to do that stuff, and so I wanna do that stuff. I want to be a part of showing the beautiful human beings that we are.
Nice. You say you was on Ahsoka, or were you training Rosario?
No, it was a different series. It's called Normal Ain't Normal, and they did a little series during the pandemic. But I was saying Ashoka because I was like, you all will remember her name if I say that.
Got you. Okay, Mo.
She was actually in the process of doing that, so she was coming in when we were shooting ours, like all bruised up because she was doing Star Wars at the same time.
Okay, cool.
And I just wanted to bring this comment up just so you could see it. It was a big compliment to you.
Oh, thank you. It's come alive in it. Thank you. That means a lot. We try our best to be storytellers as best we can. So that feedback, it means a lot. Sometimes you don't know. You just dive in and you hope, your story moves somebody, or your work can move somebody or touch somebody, or, my yell is your yell. So thank you for that, whomever wrote that. What's good?
Hey.
All right. You can go on with your
Thank you,
question.
Domani.
Hey Tristan.
Hey.
2069 Ways here. Can you tell me your creative process when you get into the character Toni? Like, what do you have to do to get into that character if he's not a likable character for the most part, because he's kind of like a home wrecker at best.
Yeah, for sure. No, she is for sure.
So what's the creative process to get into that character of Toni?
Yeah, it's a great
Go
question.
there as a woman.
Yeah. And it's funny because even, it's a funny set. We're always chopping it up, like I said. But the first day before I really knew everybody, I was in the makeup chair and Emma Yahtzee came in. She is the nicest number one in the world. This is not representative of who she is, but she's like, "Oh, Toni." I'm not sitting there. And she went, she was just joking, but I was like, "Uh-oh, is it going to be like this?" Because some actors need to hold the space outside of the space. She's not like that. She focuses, but she can chop it up and then like I said, really chew me out. But I was nervous on day one. I was like, uh-oh, this is gonna be bad. She hates me already. Team Toni. Thank you, DeMarcus. I need that. I got about 10 people on my team. I think it's important with Toni from jump. I realized, even with the sides, and they gave a fair amount of sides for the audition. Like I think it was 4 or 5, and they each were about 7 pages long because I think they really wanted to see, in the audition, can you do the layers of this character? I had to let go of being liked, and that's hard. It's hard in general. It's hard for a lot of actors. Like, even reading the sides, I was like, oh, people aren't gonna like me. Okay. And they give you very little information, but I could tell from jump. I was like, I'm not gonna be liked in this series, and I got to be okay with that, because that's what serves the story. And I think that's hard, and I haven't been good at it in the past. I've had to play, villains in the past, or people that, slept with other people's boyfriends, and I would argue with the director. I was like, well, would she, but she would, because that's the story, right? Like, that's what serves the story. So number one, I had to sort of let go of that. And then I think, like I said, with Toni is doing her. So before, I would always say to myself in the scenes, because you can get in your head and try to justify your actions, and that can be problematic as an actor, because sometimes we're not justified. Sometimes we're just doing stuff. So I would always say, Toni's doing her, and I would say, I'm doing me, and then sort of start the scenes, because sometimes it'd be like, oh, did you want to say hi? You want them to know you're here? They see you, baby. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, Toni, really? Really? But I had to let that go and just say, I'm doing me. Toni is doing her. And I think you have to go in full. Even when you're playing somebody that has hurt other people or even murdered somebody. Like, obviously you're not going to murder anybody. I'm not saying that. But you have to feel as that character justified in your murder. You have to think, I know why I'm doing this, and there's a good reason why, right? So my whole thing would be like, I'm doing me. I deserve it. That last relationship was horrible. I deserve it. Single mom, I deserve it. So I would just kind of tell myself those things throughout the process.
Okay.
Awesome. Boy, Tristan Cunningham, we want to thank you so much, aka Toni, for coming on to join us. Can you please let the
Wait a
people
minute.
know?
One more question.
Go ahead.
Okay, even though people love to hate Toni, I need to know.
Sure.
What is one of the wildest things that a fan said to you online or in person? I need to know, because other actors get hate in real life, and because people think they are their character, and they not.
Yeah.
So it's
Mm-hmm. No,
They
it's
gotta be
true.
wild.
It's true. And Ramla, even this is just another props to Ramla. One time on a live, because people were coming for me, she said, "Hey, I just want to say Tristan is a real person and
Right.
she's a nice person.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's great that you're into the show, but just remember,
Right.
she is a person." And I appreciated Ramla for that one. Even Emma Yahtzee was like, "She's a good actor, and that's why you're angry at her. Just remember that." Because people get lost, and half of it I'm flattered. I love that they love the show that much that they get that lost in it. I love that they love Jax because Emma Yahtzee deserves it. Emma Yahtzee throws down. She works so hard. It is hard to be a number one on a show like that, and she really does it. So I love that they love Jax that much. But I do sometimes want to remind people, I'm just reading words somebody else wrote. Okay, remember that. I didn't write that. So some of the crazy stuff. So there's a woman who, her name is Lady L, actually. She actually got to be on the show. She's an influencer on Instagram, and everybody should follow her. She does recaps.
Yeah.
And the Weekend Watch. They actually have a show together too.
Yeah.
A podcast that they do that I was on, and we went deep about Toni. Y'all should watch that too. Lady L has come up with she calls me the honeycomb harlot. But
Yeah, I
the
saw
first season, you saw that one. Yeah, she called me a khaki harlot.
Yeah.
Khaki wench. I mean, she had all the
names.
So please watch those, y'all. And they were all hilarious to me. I've got in the first season, and I started sending this to my manager, little screenshots of some of the stuff I got sent, like, I don't think we can cuss out here, but like B word, you went, you home wrecker, leave Jax alone, Toni, where you at? Let's just go for a little walk. Those are the ones where I'm like, wait a minute, this is
come outside.
But the best was,
but part of me was like, just Jax, let her have him. Let Toni have Lewis, because I was an advocate for Jax leaving last season. So goodbye. The baby comes and I'm gone.
That Miss Fight was okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not Team Lewis.
Yeah.
You were Team Michael Ealy, weren't you?
You brought the baby. When the baby came, I was no longer Team Lewis.
So she said,
big advocate, like, Jax needs to go.
Yes. There was an interview that Emma Yahtzee, Simpson Street did it too. They were at Comedy Con or some big event like that, and they said, Emma Yahtzee, what do people ask you the most about the show? And she said, they asked me the most about Toni.
That means you're doing your job.
Thank you.
Are doing
I
an amazing
appreciate
job.
it. And she said, people can't believe that I stayed with Lewis. Okay, so you all, let's turn the table for a second. Can we go around and you tell me if you think she should have stayed with Lewis or you think she should have left Lewis? I'm curious.
You talking about Jax?
Yeah.
I was honestly 50-50. It's like, he did a good job on cleanup on the back end, but initially I was like, girl, I don't know about that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I was on the 50 side, but I was like, if it was me, I would have left, because you out here raw dogging. I know we got, we doing our thing in the openness, but we have an understanding. If that's like crossing the boundary, you went outside the rules that was laid out within the relationship. So I would have probably dipped.
That's fair.
I was 100% be gone. Bye-bye. You enjoy your new family.
Clarity about that. There's no question.
Enjoy your new family.
I was
100% over here. That's it.
I was 100%. They need to stay together because Jax did her dirt too. Let's not forget.
Let's
her speaking with the guard while Lewis was watching on the camera. So they need to stay together.
Right, you with the camera.
She did not bring a baby home.
Exactly.
But if the roles were reversed and Jax got pregnant, I would still feel the same way. Lewis, you got to go. The situation, look, it doesn't matter.
Relationships have challenges. Marriages have challenges.
That's a major
challenge.
Working
it out. Major or minor, they're working it out.
What are you talking about?
See, I'm old school with it. I say work it out, but I feel like most of the women wanted Jax with Morris Chestnut character because they both have excellence. They wanted Morris.
Not me.
They wanted Morris to be that guy.
Yeah, they did.
Corey.
Corey
Corey
Cash.
Cash.
Corey and
Yeah.
I mean, they do look good together.
They look
I will,
good.
I will
I was
say
gonna say
that.
that might be more about the way Morris Chestnut looks,
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Right. That's all right. Yeah, but no.
Right.
because he's easy on the eye, you know. So
Very, very easy on the eyes.
He's down with the ball gang. He's down with the ball gang. Here we are.
Milk Bud.
that's right.
Chocolate.
But okay, thank you for that. I had to just ask. So circling back to your question, I think the funniest one I had with Jax was one time I was pumping my gas, and this woman was like, "I feel like I know you," and I knew, I knew it, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know," you know.
Yeah.
I was pumping the gas like, "Go, go, go," and then she went to the gas station. And she kept looking back like, I feel like and I was like, oh, I don't know. All right, have a good day. And then she busted open the doors of the gas station. She was like, Toni, you leave Jax alone. Okay, have a good day. I'll see you later. Got my
Did you
car.
run? Did you run?
Right.
I hope you ran because she sounded like she was crazy.
Hilarious.
I was a lightweight nervous. I was lightweight nervous because she mentioned you leave Jax alone. You leave
Listen,
her alone.
just break out the fire on her. Just break out the fire and just juggle around her. She'll run away.
Right. I need to have my equipment in the car. Ooh, I got right in that car. I said, okay, thank you. Have a good day.
That's fine.
So that would be the topper, I think. Almost getting chased down at a gas station.
That's wild.
Very.
It's never that serious, you guys. I mean, she did a good job for her character. She sold Toni being this home wrecker, but yeah, she sold it. But that's
but it's pretend.
And I'm glad they kept you on too. I'm glad they kept you on.
Yeah.
Because Jax needed that opposite and that friction needed to continue on. So I'm glad they kept you on. I'm glad now we're in.
Definitely need to be tested.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Will we see you again though? Because I haven't seen you
In the
since that very emotional and intense moment that you had, the couple of moments that you had with Lewis, you know, from the imagination of you know, thank you for that scene, by the way. I think I gave you a round of applause. It was very, very, very good.
Thank you.
The scene where you did wonderful.
Great scene.
Thank you.
Chef's kiss.
Pete Chapman, who was the director, I really got to give props to him. He's incredible at what he does and really guided me through that because it was, thank you. That means a lot. And Toni will be, I'm going to say this because on my NDA, Toni will be popping up.
She's around.
She's around.
She's never gone.
Okay, that baby slammed that door about that
That's
jersey.
good.
So she got to come.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And also,
just with Lewis. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, we're just saying Lewis not telling his daughter the truth. I was like, Lewis. Okay, go ahead.
Right.
See, and that's what I was gonna say was that don't think that we only gave it to Toni. Because I was highly disappointed in Lewis. Like this is his fault. Okay, this is his fault.
Well,
and so he did not go without punishment because I am so disappointed in him.
Okay, well, thank you. McKinley's always saying, "Oh, I'm the most hated character on this show." I said, "I'm not so sure, McKinley.
Exactly.
I'm not so sure. I think I might have you beat, but." He does catch it too. He does, and he always brought up the point that somebody said here. I can't remember who. That people come for him, but they're not as mad at Jax. But she was doing things too.
Thank you. I said that. I brought it up.
Yeah.
It was me. Jax did her dirt too.
But
nobody's keeping her accountable.
I thought they had agreement.
They did. They did.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you go outside the rules, then hey.
It's time for Battle of the Sexes. Let's get into it, y'all.
I didn't mean
we got to bring you back, Tristan. We got to bring you back. We got to bring you back for that one.
I had a flashback.
You got the good question. You got us.
We got to get McKinley next time too.
Yeah.
We definitely need McKinley on here so he can spill his piece as far as the men. We definitely need McKinley on here.
Yes. Right. And they came for him at Comedy Con. They were like in episode 2 of this season, you know, she calls when he's over my house and he didn't pick up the FaceTime call and people came for him. They came for him. Why didn't you pick it up? And he was like, well, I was trying to deal with this situation, you know, so that I could be a better husband. They're like, yeah, but why didn't you pick up the FaceTime call? It's just a FaceTime. So you gotta ask McKinley about that.
Yeah, more. I saw there was that Culture Con and Morris Chestnut asked him that question.
What am I saying?
It's all good. Yeah, Morris just
Yeah, I
asked
know
me
what you
a question,
meant.
and he McKinley couldn't really navigate it the way he really wanted. That pressure.
They'll get you.
He tried to put it on Morris. He tried to put it on Corey Cash. He was like, "Well, where were you?" And Morris was like, answer the question. Why did you pick up the face?"
Well, that is a question. Why
Yeah.
did Corey Cash stay over? He could have went to a hotel. We talked about that too. Trust me. And
Yeah.
Jack was being messy by having him stay over. So let's come on.
And putting her head on his shoulder. I was like, "Uh-oh."
You know what I'm saying?
I
Come
really
on,
didn't
that's
like.
super
I ain't like
messy.
her having both of them staying over with her daughter in the room.
Oh,
I didn't like that
period.
at all.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, I was on McKinley. I was on Lewis's side about not answering the phone because this was my issue with Jax. By taking him back, you have to deal with this stuff. That does not make sense for him to have to check in every hour. That's stupid. If you're going to trust him to go over there, then you just need to sit back and relax yourself. You know. So I felt like she was wrong in that one.
Didn't I say she was treating him like he was her son? Call me every hour.
Exactly.
Call me on
I'm
a
not
minute.
relaxing
You
on
know,
no night
Right.
visit. I'm sorry. I'm not
Man,
relaxing
Lewis
on
was
no
a pushover.
on no spending night. I'm not
Lewis a
relaxing.
pushover. He a pushover.
Yeah.
Well, if the trust is really there,
That
then
first.
you shouldn't have to call. So I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they
Yep.
did go through that, that Jackson bring a baby home.
Always running with that.
They did go through that therapy scene, and I thought those therapy scenes were amazing. The guy, who played the therapist, I wish I knew his name as an actor because I bring him up all the time. I should look it up. We never shot on the same days, but
Yeah.
Okay.
those scenes were amazing.
Yeah, I love the therapy
Ooh,
session.
definitely Snowfall spinoff. I'm there. Let them know.
Word. That would be dope.
That'd be different.
Right.
All right. Any more questions for Tristan? Anybody? Any last questions? I see y'all smiling. I see y'all brains moving. Any more questions? Mo got something. I can't tell though. She's doing a lot of giggling.
No,
No?
I don't. I had to get messy for a little bit with the fans and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, I'm glad you did. I'm
That's
down
a
for
real
all of
thing.
it.
Because I'll be thinking about Low Down 30 Shame where Peaches approached the soap opera guy, Jada Pinkett Smith character, and she decked him because she thought he's the real, like his character. So that's what I was
Yep.
thinking.
Yep. I had that with The Color Purple with what's his name? Danny Glover. I was angry with him. Like I couldn't, and even the actor, like
Yeah.
I knew, but I would see him and be like, "Oh, you did that to Celie." Like I couldn't let it go. It's hard. And Celie's like this at you. You know what I mean? I couldn't let it go. Right.
Yeah,
This is why I appreciate you and anybody else who will come on here and do interviews with us as well, because I actually feel that way about Kiki Haynes. Like I can't get past Keisha. Keisha is just, she just grinds my gears. But when I see Kiki in an interview, it's like, okay, let me humanize her again. Let me put her back in that she's not Keisha.
Right.
She's not
That's
Keisha.
not her.
But that's how, we're into it, how much we're into it, how well y'all are doing. So we appreciate it. Really
Thank
do.
you.
Appreciate it.
Do y'all have that with Joseph? Like seeing him? I don't know if you watch Power, but seeing Tommy.
Oh yeah. We still
Oh
Yes.
yeah. We
we
mentioned
Yeah, we
it.
talk
We
about
mentioned
him
it
all
one
the time.
time.
We call
Okay.
him
Is it hard to watch him on Reasonable Doubt because it's so different?
It's different. He's speaking differently. It's not Tommy, so it's a kind of a hard
Except for when
transition,
he in
but
the
not
car
really. He's doing
stalking his
pretty.
wife.
He's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty well in my eyes. He's an actor, so he's playing
Right.
a totally different guy. So
Yeah.
to play this, lawyer guy that's really kind of stiff, that's different. Yeah, it's different.
I think it's so incredible to watch
career.
his versatility.
He's a good actor, yeah.
And he's a really amazing person too, just like super kind. So that's always nice, when someone's talented and kind. You're like, thank you.
Yeah. And you are too.
Yeah.
You are too.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Like you're a real person. I like actors who are just real people. Like they're not putting on airs. Like you're just super official and authentic. That's what I like. And plus, you're my cousin, so you got to be
We're
real.
family, so that's how it goes.
It's official.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be on here. You all are you ask good questions and you did your homework and you are praising me. So it's really nice to be here. So thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you for coming through.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Now, Tristan, can you tell the people
Yeah,
where
thank
they
you.
can find you at as far as your social media handles, and what is your next project that you have down the pipeline?
Yeah. So I'm on Instagram. That's about it.
Okay.
Um, and it's the whole government. It's Tristan Avelina Cunningham, and I'm pretty much on there. I try to, anybody that writes about the show, I try to respond. Sometimes it gets a little bit too much, but I try to be a person that's like, thank you for watching. Our show really, our social media on Reasonable Doubt is amazing, and it's really
Yep.
interactive. And
Yeah.
so just, y'all know, like, your comments, they repost them, they listen to it. It's a show for you and about you, and they really take that in. So you're approachable. A lot of the actors are on there too. Shannon Kane, who plays Chanel, she'll respond. A lot of them are on there. So reach out, talk to us.
Okay.
So Instagram, and then what do I have coming out soon that I can talk about? There's a film that I did recently that's going to release. Oh, and the baby. Yes, Jalina, they're thanking you, honey. You want to say goodbye? You're busy. You're busy throwing my papers everywhere. You busy? Okay. I'll tell him you say goodbye. There's a film coming out that I did recently called The Persian Rug, and it's really cool film. It's about a woman from Iran who is playing in a film about the history of oppression in Iran, but it's actively happening to her in our day and age in a different way, but showing the parallel of those two things happening like at the same time. And my character is I play the director's assistant, and I won't say too much, but it's not a good situation, and I get to, different than Toni, I get to sort of be her ally. So it'll be cool for y'all to see too that I'm not just a bad person. I don't just play people who are all over the place. This character is pretty grounded and is really there for another woman when she needs it. So it's called The Persian Rug, and it should be coming out soon.
Awesome.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Look out
Jalina,
for
can
me.
you say goodbye? Can you get up here and say bye to the people?
Bye.
Bye.
So sweet.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you all
Tristan.
for having me. I
Thank
really appreciate it. I'll
Thank
come
you
back
so much.
anytime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank
And I'll
All
be
right.
watching when
Bye,
McKinley's on because
baby.
I want to hear his answers.
We gotta
Okay.
get Billy on. He got a lot to answer. We gotta get him on.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you do.
All right. Thank you, Tristan.
Take care.
All right, y'all take care.
All right. Have a good one.
So
So
Y'all,
cute.
sweet. So
we do
sweet.
it. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Down to earth for sure.
Yeah.
I
Real.
enjoyed
Very
it.
much so. Very much so.
She's awesome. She's awesome.
Yeah,
That was great.
Yeah, that was Tristan Cunningham, y'all. The one and only Toni. She said,
AKA Honey.
aka the honeycomb bandit.
Now you want to say it. You wait till she leave.
No,
now you want to say it.
No, Chanel gave her that name. Chanel brought it up. That I'm like, oh yeah, that is like her nickname, I guess, behind her back.
Right, yeah. Man, great interview, y'all. Let's get
Now,
right.
Jay, don't try it.
Don't try it, Jay. Don't try it.
Don't try it, Mo.
All right.